hate to be so serious all the time, especially when it comes down to a lot of news that's been going on recently. Not gonna sit here and lie, but I something hit me in the head this morning that I just now realized, or now pretty much thought of, and think is actually true. If you look at the pattern of things, which is the fact that with the whole Roblox thing, right? When it comes down to it, people very much acted fast. The government acted really fast when it comes down to the lawsuits and, getting a bunch of attention on it and trying to make this a governmental issue, a federal issue, or however the hell. And the crazy thing about that is just how fast it works out, right? Because usually no one really steps into things of crazy matters until, it's something that they absolutely want. And when it comes down to it, obviously we're dealing with a bunch of predator type of tactics that's been going on with Roblox and things of sort like that, right? What made me, like, I guess mad, or like makes me understand there's some weird shit that always is like this that goes on when it comes down to any government ever, is that they could have probably been done something about this. In fact, I feel like they already knew. Most likely they already knew that this type of thing goes on. And probably not just for Roblox, but for like other platforms that has this sort of material going on. And they probably know exactly who throws shit down, exactly which places it has it and it's prevalent in. But then they don't do dick to stop all that. And it makes you wonder why. And then I was wondering why for a long time too. But when you really think about it, it makes sense. And the reason why they're jumping in now when it comes to Roblox, and the reason why they're jumping in only when things like this happens to this degree, is for political gain. That's literally it. It's usually for political gain, control, or money. That is the only three things that really happens when it comes down to it. And it's disgusting, high key, right? Because all this does is prove a point, is that predators unfortunately run the whole ass world, and they won't jump in to stopping them until there's like something to be gained from it. Really think about it. What other, like, why else would they jump in to be so fast in acting against the whole Roblox situation? Like, they never act this fast before, and now all of a sudden they act really fast because they want to, quote, protect the children. That doesn't make a lot of sense. It's weird. It's very strange. And the more you look at the pattern of how governments usually roll, the more you realize, oh shit, it was never for us. It was never to protect any children or even to help us out when it comes down to it. Which again, granted, just like the whole debanking thing, the only reason the debanking thing even happened was because of the changing tides and, Trump getting his get back when it comes down to it. That's really about what it was. The only reason why we got a W in that is just because it so happens to, just coincide with everything. So it can't be screwed over again on that executive order. But realistically, he wouldn't put that thing in place even if that wasn't happening and something else was screwing us over. Or really, to be more specific, they wasn't thinking about us at all when it comes down to it. They just said, sure, I guess it helps you, but we didn't care about you. We were just mainly caring for us. And that's just how it is. It's just a very vicious and evil ass cycle. And the fact that they only acted on this stuff now, instead of like way down the line where they could have been gone to Roblox and been shut that shit down when it comes down to it, but they just choose not to, mainly because people within, the government, like senators or whatever, they also has hands in Roblox, and a lot of these companies has hands in different things that have illegal content on there, that is very much happy with illegal content, because they can always use that for some type of political power move, or some type of controlling move, or a way to make money out the situation, and all that sort of stuff. It's always a what can I gain sort of situation. And it's the worst thing I've ever really seen. Like, I get it. People very much, just generally, are always going to do something for something else. That's not surprising. No one should be surprised by that. But the fact that you use children for that excuse, the fact that you go ahead and just pop off of that sort of execution and just say, hey, children are getting harmed, we should probably stop this. And somebody's like, no, let's not stop it just yet. Who cares if a few children get harmed? Make this a power move for our party to look good. Or make this a move so I can get promoted and things like this. That's really how they be thinking. The more I think about it, right? This shit feels no different from Tops in ZZZ, how they're quick to cut ties with people in the corporate scene and make themselves look good and do all this other nonsense, and really don't give a shit about anybody outside of themselves and individually how they are. That's like the best comparison I can really give you, you know? And it just doesn't make a whole bunch of sense. They probably saw a lot of this censorship shit coming a mile away when the moment UK probably made some talkings in the background, or when the first shot was fired with collective shout and stuff like that. Like, it wouldn't be surprising if we were basically seeing them play 5 steps ahead of us while we're just playing catch up, thinking that we're getting somewhere. It doesn't at this point surprise me if that is the case. It is just infuriating. It is absolutely wild. And it's like you can't unsee or unthink this way when you really piece everything together. The patterns have been like this for so many years, for so many things. And it's only always for some type of promotion of themselves instead of actually helping the people. This is very much why I say, for a lot of things that we, see and talk about, is very much why we need people to take care of people. Because ultimately, no one in power gives a damn. High key, they'll let 10,000 children be exploited if they wanted to, and then use it as a power move as much as they want to. That's just how it is. And it's just some of the most vile thing. Of course, they'll never tell you out loud, because ultimately, if they were to tell you out loud that is the case, then, it's just kind of like a GG's on their part, and then we'll really see a dictatorship when it comes down to it. But ultimately, that is just how they operate. How I assume that is how everyone basically kind of operates in high level of positions, right? It's just a vile damn thing to see, right? And probably a lot of people will probably sit here and listen to this video thinking that this is a conspiracy theory of some kind, or some sort of thinking out loud sort of situation, and maybe it is. And essentially you could take it as a conspiracy theory if that's what you want to do. But let's just be real for 5 seconds. Do you think anybody in any sort of power circle whatsoever that especially is involved in this sort of situation, do you really think for the 5 seconds of your brain that this is something that they actually wanted to protect children from, genuinely, from a heart of gold? Do you really think there is no power move to be played here by all this, by trying to do this, and then passing things like the Screen Act and the COSA Act, trying to control what people see and things of sort like that? There's only so many different things that can happen before all those small little coincidences add up into a big pie of absolute shit, because that's essentially what we're seeing here. And basically a lot of people still don't realize it, and the only thing that people can do is call it out and hope people realize that, yeah, we're kind of getting cooked here in multiple different ways, and we didn't even know how bad it really was. And that's essentially just how it is, right? That's why, and once again, that is why I very much wish this channel was so much bigger, because to make people really sit here and just think about how a lot of people in high levels of power really feel about you, how they really think about you when it comes down to it. Ultimately, if there is no money involved, no control, no political advancement to push whatever dumbass legislation they want to. At the end of the day, it's just a GG's. They'll do the bare minimum for their citizens and people, but they'll do everything in their power to make sure certain things happen so they can benefit from it. And it doesn't make sense. Genuinely, I just don't really get it. And really, when you really sit here and think about it, and I get what a lot of people older than me, it kind of is vibing with now. You got, again, it's kind of just citizens for citizens, and that's really about it. We can only just care for ourselves when it comes down to it, right? And ultimately, as we have seen before, citizens can get shit done way faster than our governments can at times. I mean, Mr. Beast is a perfect example of helping other people. There is other people that very much do like charity work to actually get certain things done, right? People are very much the only people that can help out each other, and that's just how it is. Yes, we get some dipshits every now and again. Yes, there's a bit of scamming here or there, but honestly, it's kind of like we have to be the ones to expose all that shit, because we know damn well the system that we have is definitely cheap as hell. It's not necessarily something that works all the way, and can be bent in multiple different ways. Bent for good and also bent for bad. And it's not necessarily just good a lot of the damn time. Unfortunately, and that's just how it is when it comes down to it, right? And again, just in general, this is very much why people needs to be for themselves. They need to necessarily learn how to keep themselves when it comes down to it, because the government, high key, and people within those power, placements of society, they're not necessarily gonna sit there and care for you, not at all, right? And I'm pretty sure anybody that's covering this issue, if they were to watch this video and listen to this take, I'm pretty sure they would agree, right? Which, granted, I don't think anybody's gonna watch this damn video, at least of that high ass caliber, because boy, would that do something for me. But when it comes down to it, though, it's just a damn point I wanted to get across. It's been something that's been bugging me all day. I didn't really think I was going to talk about anything today, but it's been something that's been bugging me all day, and it's been just a really disturbing, eye-opening thing that I really didn't give too much thought about, because I thought there ain't no damn way that's a pattern. But then it's, when you look at it, it's just like, oh my gosh, it actually is a pattern. We've all been drunk. We're blind. And we can't see, and that's just how it is. So ultimately, again, we need to be for ourselves, because sure as hell there is plenty of people within power that don't really care for us. There's some that do, I won't deny you. There is very few that do, but for the majority, we're kind of cooked in the corner when it comes down to it. And that's why fighting for your rights of freedom of speech and freedom of expression is so damn important. Yeah, blah blah blah, you don't like a lolly in the anime or whatever, but at the end of the day, I would rather have that lolly there as a part of freedom of expression than just strip that shit away and we don't get to express anything ever again. And do you really want to live in that? Especially with what I've said now in this video, would you really want to, live through that and feel that? I don't think you really do. So that's just how it is, right? Again, be sure to subscribe to this channel and share these videos around, because I like making content that is fun, but I also like making content that makes people think as well, because there is no reason why you can't have fun and also just, be a bit smarter about how you look at things. Because high key, we have enough people as it is, and people want to, bring other kids into this world, not take care of them. And that's how you got the situation that we have now, and really bring a bunch of iPad kids, which is just shitty. And we're gonna probably deal with a whole generation of people that just don't know how to do shit. So that's just how that is. But when it comes down to it, though, it's just a lot that we're fighting against. It's just a lot that we're absolutely fighting against, and it's not easy. But we just need to stand together and pretty much do that what we can for each other, while not necessarily trying to screw each other over, which that's always going to be a challenge. But I'm pretty sure if everybody bands together and actually use their brains for 5 seconds, we can actually handle that. So that's just how it is. But yeah, I guess that's all I really want to say for this one. Again, very much hit the subscribe button and share these videos around, because high key, again, this is the very same thing that I've been wanting to I guess talk about for a little minute since the start, stuff really has been like going about with the censorship things and everything like that. And essentially, I just want to do my part to inform everybody when it comes down to it in whatever way that I can. Because this is again a battle that we're definitely going to have to deal with for a long period of time. And anytime our rights get challenged, we should be battling against it. And that's just ultimately how it definitely is. But that's all I got to say for this one. So hopefully you did enjoy. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification on your way out. Also follow me on the socials. And if you'd like to help out the channel with, finances, then definitely hit up the Kofi or Cash App. Again, pay attention to the community posts, pay attention to the Twitter, the just things in general, because next month's gonna suck for me. It just genuinely is. Anything that you can give is very much appreciated. And until then, it's your boy Jay, signing off. Have a blessed day.